I haven't watched this yet. This is a blind react. So there's but we're gonna look at Eddie's potentially revolutionary, accidentally invented twice, mechanism that could revolutionize OH.
Hello everyone.
So let's have a look.
In this video, I'll be talking about a modded 3x3 I've been working on.
Speak up, Eddie.
So, this,
subscribe to Eddie. Everyone.
WRM V10. It looks a bit weird. To begin with, I can show you here that it does make standard 3x3 moves. But it is a bit different because when I, with one hand here, try to move the middle slice, you will see that the outer layer actually stays.
Oh!
And this applies for all of the slices here. It is a bit odd.
That's... Okay, I don't understand how that's possible. That's amazing. Anyone not aware... Let's just pretend. If I just hold the cube and push the middle slice, then both are going to go. You have to, if you want to move it, you've got to do some table abuse, or you've got to hold the other side with a finger so you can do that. That is remarkable. It sounds crunchy. What's going on inside there, Eddie? What's going on inside?
Why? Well, this does mean when we are solving with one hand that we do not need table abuse to do this move.
I don't hate table abuse, by the way. I kind of love to see it. The Rue gang will abuse that table heavily. Actually, is that fair? Will Rue or probably the Seafoppers would be more guilty of the table abuse? Curious Nick, you can't do table abuse at all, so that's a cube for me. Treat yourself, Curious Nick. Let your hair down. Abuse a table.
As you can see, I'm not using it, yet I can still do M and E slices.
That's wacky. What is happening?
Very efficiently. If I want to do something like a wide turn, then well, all I need to do is to push on both the middle and the right layer here to move both of them at the same time.
Okay. Sure. It looks a bit stiff, right?
This is a very weird puzzle, and besides one-handed turning, it can also be used for something like two-handed and three-blind solving, where you simply want the outer layers to be slower than the inner layers. So how this works on a more of a conceptual scale, I will show you.
Show me. This is a lot of engineering we're looking at today, and I haven't pre-watched this one. Usually I pre-watch videos so that I know what I'm talking about, but I haven't watched this yet. And should I have? Yeah, almost certainly. Almost certainly. I always like to watch videos before I watch them on stream so that I have an idea that I can add some commentary to them, because otherwise it's just watching someone else's video. But we'll soldier on, everyone. We'll soldier on.
So on a standard 3x3...
Eddie did reach out to me and say, hey, check this out. By the way, so it's chill.
We are able to control the friction between the outer layers and the middle layers. This is B and C, and they are both the same because of the symmetry. And A here, so is the connection between the outer layers directly, but it is always equal to 0 on a standard cube. We have no straight connection, but
yeah, I'm just going to catch up. I'm with him so far. There's no connection between the outer layers. We agree? These layers, the outer layers, are not connected in any way. I mean, there's a core connecting them, but they cannot move in the same way. Whereas these ones are connected because of the core, because of what Eddie said. Listen to Eddie. Don't listen to me.
This 3x3 that I have modified, it actually does have some friction, and I'm able to adjust it to the extent that we achieve this effect, which allows for more.
Chang, how would this do for Rue is the question. Well, I feel like this is designed for Rue. I feel like this is Rue specific, hey?
Control and moves that can be done with one-handed and then turning, but also, well, other kind of turning as well, and that's where all of this
Simon, perfect for OH3 blind.
I believe exists. And I believe it is a fairly new construction. I haven't really been able to find.
Now, there is a correction that's happened since the video. So, oh geez, I'm going to forget I think he posted it in Cubic's Friends, or he posted it somewhere, and someone was like, whoa, crazy, this is actually the same design as this thing from years ago that just was horrible and never went anywhere. We are going to get into the mechanism. He is going to show us it. Anyway, that's a correction that Eddie has since made, all right?
I haven't heard anything from people I've shown this. But it is not a completely new concept. There are other cubes out there with a similar design and a similar effect. But I believe this is the first time someone has made this for a 3x3 and for the purpose of speed solving and utilizing this feature to our advantage. But how is this achieved then? Well, the outer layers are connected by themselves, and the only pieces that sit in the outer layers are the corners. So essentially, the corners are connected to each other like a 2x2 that has then been expanded, and the edges and centers has been filled in between.
So my understanding is, because I have seen pictures of this, there's like a 2x2 and a 3x3 combined. Okay, so I'm going to let him explain.
Is what leads to more control over how the cube turns, because we essentially have two 3x3s that we can each adjust independently in a way.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So, to show you how it looks on the inside.
This is a real dual adjustment system.
The center pieces here, as you can see, they are not connected to anything in particular. So we will have to open them up and
rip. There it is.
As you can see here, nothing inside. But if we do look closer, we can see a screw inside. So if we can get in there.
Popey Jopey, why don't you believe the GAN 16 will be released on the 8th? I think it probably will.
Loosening it. So we are now disassembling the internal 2x2 here that holds everything together.
So there's an internal 2x2.
I will try to not completely take this apart. So on the inside here, we have a keychain that I have sanded down.
A keychain cube?
To the size of a WRM V10 core.
Wait, and so he's made a ball core out of the guts of a keychain 2x2? Okay.
The part that holds everything together, because these are the corners of that keychain have been glued to the V10 corners. So,
whoa, careful. This is stressful.
It's essentially how the core is constructed and what allows for this weird free moving slice turning. But it doesn't also mean that this version is heavily fragile. It is just a proof of concept.
Sure. So we got you, Eddie. This is not production ready.
Purpose of this video here to showcase the idea and the basics behind it. And
I like how Eddie's made the colors match. I feel like that brought him joy, and it brings me joy to see it.
We'll talk about the potentials and how we can see here. We can see that
tough mechanism though.
Have broken off.
Look at all those bits.
I should have used some form of milliput to fill in to create a stronger
Eddie,
connection here between
you broke
them.
it.
But I'm hoping to find people who are a bit more skilled than me who can help in constructing a functional version of this that can actually be used properly when speed solving. Because this version doesn't turn well enough for that.
We need a manufacturer to take this on, Eddie. Okay.
Very poorly attached. Because I've had to sand down this 3x3. It is incredibly thin in many.
Hold on, I'm confused. Was it a 3x3? Was it a 3x3 keychain that he sanded down? Or was it a 2x2? Because he brought the 2x2 out. Chang is suggesting we sand down another ball core and put it inside the keychain core. Would that then be wouldn't that then be a triple track 3x3?
Which leads to stability issues, and I have also not been able to fit in.
It's a 2x2 core. All right, thank you.
So there's no proper corner cutting or any proper performance here. But obviously the V10 and the keychain weren't exactly made for this purpose. So the hope, in my view, is that we can find a way to construct this that creates a lot more stable cube. And I believe it is perfectly viable, because none of this is particularly weird.
Chang proposing double ball. Double ball core. I'm going to level with you, Eddie. I don't understand why this works, but I trust you and I understand that it works. Does that make sense?
We build a 2x2. We attach the 3x3 corners to it, and then we fill in the rest.
I think he just gave me the epiphany I needed. Attaching 3x3 corners to the 2x2, and then the M slices are just free floating around that. Okay. He did it. He immediately did it. He broke it down for me. He dumbed it down to a level that even I can understand. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm with you. So it's a 2x2 that you've kind of expanded out, and now we have floating M slices around it. Got it. Eddie's in the chat. What up, Eddie?
Part of why the V10 was chosen as the outer shell here is because of this lip design that causes the centers to stay inside and not fall out, as well as the relatively roomy inside that allowed me to put this keychain inside. And yeah, but until we have been able to make a more proper version, we cannot really say how exactly useful this is. But I do believe there is a lot of potential here, and a potential to really, reshape how a lot of events work.
I think it's got such big potential for OH. Just on a, theoretically, because again, I'm not in the best position to commentate because I can't solve Roux, and I'm not very good at anything. So, no, you're good, Eddie. Like, I think, again, remember, this is like trying to explain particle physics to a brick, trying to explain anything engineering based to me. So, I did get there eventually. There was one thing you said when you said it's a 2x2 with 3x3 corners stuck to it, and the M slices float freely around that. When you said that, I was like, oh, okay, I'm with you.
Really one-handed solving.
Have you had anyone, I don't know about your solving prowess, Eddie. Have you had anyone have a go with it? Anyone who does OH? Or have you had any feedback from people who are OH goats about it? I'd be interested to hear from them.
Because this is an entirely new mechanism, to my knowledge. And that, to me, is incredibly exciting. Hopefully, you watching this will feel inspired, and please leave me any opinions and ideas on how this can be further improved and what can be used as perhaps as a base puzzle to construct this.
I saw someone, Chang was suggesting, Eddie, V11 might be a better base. Pieces have less friction. I don't know, Eddie, can you bring yourself to go through the pain of sanding down another keychain 2x2? That's the question. What an incredible idea. I'm interested how this came to you, Eddie. Was this one of those, like, flashes of inspiration in the shower? It's like, wait, Eureka! Oh, Cats and Cubing says he took it to a comp last weekend. But you weren't there, oh.
Or if you have some...
Oh, I've talked to a few. A Facebook post I made got a thumbs up by Neo Juarez. Let's go. But the prototype isn't good enough. She does look a bit fragile. I would say that. But it's a handmade prototype, so yeah, that makes sense.
Idea on how we can really push this further and create something that can actually be used in competitions to solve, because it should be legal for WCA. This construction is similar to the principles of the Rubik's 5x5 and 4x4.
Now that's such funny timing.
Similar to the principles of the Rubik's 5x5 and 4x4, they achieve the same effect.
They do, and that's something that Alex has just brought up in the chat as well. I've had this idea before, seeing Oscar's Handycube and the really bad 4x4s that do this on their own, like the Rubik's one and the Rubik's 5x5. Is that called the Professor Cube? I forget. I did it. I got to the mute button, everyone. Oh, now, Eddie. So just thinking practically about production, I think you did mention you were going to do some 3D printing. That's an option. Maybe Stephen Wintringham, is that his last name? Maybe Stephen from the Cubicle, who I believe is the brain behind all the LBL kits, the layer by layer LBL kits. I wonder if he might be the person to speak to. Could this be... I suppose my question is, does this need to be a cube, or does it... or could it be a kit? Could it be like a core kit? Like a mod kit? It's kind of, again, funny timing, because there was a post in Cubix's Friends with someone lamenting the days of hardcore modding. Like, oh, remember when we had to buy cubes and then mod them and build kits and all this kind of stuff? And actually, Stephen, I think, was in the comments of that. And then this has come out, and it's just like, well, I wonder if this is a mod. I don't know enough about it. Oh, yay, I've got cubes getting delivered today. Oh, that's great, because they've been sitting in Auckland for days, pissing me off. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. Eddie, if I recall correctly, you see my Facebook post. At the moment, though, I'm more focused on getting something to work. Yeah, that's fair. He may be, given that he's got the... I don't know what your chops are like in like production of 3D printed parts, if you are a printer or a CAD person. CAD is hard, eh? Like, printing stuff is easy, but CAD is hard. Eddie, I came up with this after thinking a lot on how we can get this effect for OH solving, and then later after showing this around, I learned that Oscar Van Deventer made it first with the Handycube. Yeah, thank you. That was the correction that I'd seen you make after the video. Kiki's into cube modding recently as well. Love to see it. Alex, yes, Stephen and Pedro have made really good core stuff. True. The Frogget Stephen mentioned. Hell yeah. Stephen's a clever boy. He's real smart at cores and things. Am I right in thinking he's the person behind LBL? Did I dream that? Did I make that up? I feel like he is the brains behind LBL at the Cubicle, hey? Hold on.
In case it is not really desirable. The GAN 5x5 is also similarly constructed. It's a 3x3 extended and then has its gap filled in between. This is a 2x2 that's been extended and had its gap filled in between. So, and I don't really think that there's any debate whether or not it's legal for WCA.
I can't see why it wouldn't
but
be
that is
legal.
also part of why I hope that we can continue working further on this and create a proper speedcube 3x3 with this kind of mechanism and abilities. And that's all for me. Have a good day.
Epic. Thank you, Eddie. Everyone go and subscribe to Eddie, for goodness sake. For goodness sake! Go and subscribe to Eddie, everyone. I'm going to pin. I need to pin. And then Eddie said things. What's Eddie said? I'm going to pin Eddie's channel. Go subscribe to Eddie. Alex, it's Pedro doing a lot of the CAD. Pedro? Do we know, is Pedro public? Is that he's like a hidden cubicler? A cubiclist? Cubicler? I don't know. He needs work. Eddie, yeah, Alex, my plan is to start on a 251 leap since it has such strong core magnets. Here we go. Eddie, my plan is now to make a kit for the 251 leap that you'd put on the outside of it. My main issue is my lack of CAD 3D printing experience, but that can be solved with willpower. Hell yeah. You can learn. A few people I've shown it to, including a delegate, has brought up the question of legality. In what sense? In what sense would it not be legal? I'm interested about that, Eddie. And where's the? I assume it was in. I assume it was in Cubics, eh? Let me just go and have a look and see if we can find the post here. I'm a big fan of the. What have I got? Creality something 3. I forget the name of it now. I'm not hardcore about 3D printing. There are things that I needed a 3D printer for, so I got one that was like easy and didn't need to be modded, or like I didn't need to learn how to code or any of that BS to use. So my one's like super low level in terms of 3D printing. Like I just wasn't interested in I didn't want a new hobby. I just wanted a 3D printer. Eddie, they hadn't figured out a reason why it wouldn't be, but started wondering about it initially. There's a WCA reg that disallows a puzzle if it's been enhanced beyond its normal function. We might have to go looking for that. We are going on an adventure into the regs today. I need to make a no flash emoticon as well for the chat. We might actually do that today. I'll do that live. No flash emoticon. Is that content? We'll find out. I can't find your post. Eddie. Oh, there it is. Okay. Do you mind if I bring this post up? Eddie, let me know if you have any objection to me bringing it up. Oh, we've got some good pictures on this post as well. Mike, cool name, but I mean, it still maintains the same function as a 3x3. Yeah, I would argue that. Article 3H. All right, Chang, hold on a minute. World Cube Association regulations. No, wrong button. What did you say, Chang? Article 3H. Apple F. Modifications that enhance the basic concept of a puzzle. We are getting sidetracked now. Welcome to the ADHD section of the show, everyone. Which is arguably most of the show. Modifications that enhance the basic concept of a puzzle are not permitted. Okay? I need a clarification. Puzzles may be refined internally by sanding, lubrication, or modifications which improve stability, e.g. magnets. Examples of enhancements include new moves are possible because normal moves are impossible. Oh, Oh, well, hold on. They might have you. Okay, Eddie's happy with the Facebook post. My interpretation is that the rule would prohibit something like a void cube for 3x3. Well, I'm looking at 3H++ here. Examples of enhancements include new moves are possible. Now, that would bring the follow-up question, well, is an M slice an impossible move? Is an M slice a new move? Which you would argue, no, an M slice is not a new move. Chang, it sure is ambiguous. This is 100% a question for a delegate. Again, I'm not qualified for anything I talk about on here. Normal moves are impossible. There's bandaging. More pieces or faces are visible. Well, that's not happening. Colors on the backside are visible. No. Moves are done automatically. Well, there's potentially an argument that the WCA Regs Committee could make. Do we have anyone from the Regs Committee in the chat? That would be ideal. New moves are possible. Who was it I talked to? Who was something to do with Regs Committee? New moves are possible. They could argue that. Moves are done automatically. They could maybe argue that. I don't know. I'm just playing devil's advocate and kind of playing the role of the WCA, the Regs Committee. So I guess the delegate who you spoke to was, I suppose, not wrong. Incredible recall of them to be able to just pull out this example of clarification of reg. That's pretty awesome. Okay, auto alignment. Now, why did someone bring up the GAN 5x5? Why did somebody bring up the GAN 5x5? I forget. That's going way back in the chat now. We're getting lost in the sauce. So here's the post on Kubix's friends. Oh, it's gone. For goodness sake. It was right here. Hold the line, caller. Hold the line. No flash. Oh my gosh, the Pokemon cubes. Yeah, we need to talk about them. Okay, all right. Hold on. Shoot, sorry. Pokemon cubes. Where is Eddie's post? Here we go. Hi everyone, I wanted to show you this 3x3 mechanism I'm working on. Recently finished blah, 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 blah. Okay, I think we fairly covered that. But this is what I wanted to look at. So there we are. Look at it in all its glory, everyone. In all its glory. So yeah, there is nothing. Wow, those are just floating around. Alex, I got no idea what's happening with the Martin Schloop noise. I did see that briefly this morning when I looked on Kubik's friends and I was like, okay, sure. What's happening? Feel free to message me on Discord about it. I have no idea. Nor do I know if I want to touch it or not. I probably don't. It hasn't gone well for me historically when I talk about Kubix's friends, so. This is really interesting. So yeah, the 3x3 mech stops there, or the 2x2 mech stops there, and then the edges are just. All right, caught it just in time. The edges are just floating around. Right, Eddie, that's why you chose the skirt. Yeah, of course. Skirt. Mike, no, I refuse to imagine it popping. I want to sleep tonight, so I refuse to imagine it popping. Ugh. F in the chat for the heavily abused Chi keychain. It's a very impressive sanding job. Very impressive sanding job, Eddie. Props for that. Hey, so GAN 16 might work for this, everyone, as well. Wouldn't it? I was just... Hold on a minute. Yeah, go on then, Popey Jopey. Send me some more GAN 16 pics. Show me the guts. I just had a thought. I had a thought. It's escaping me now. What if, Eddie... Now, I'm telling you this reminder that I don't know what I'm talking about and I have no business commenting. But what if you just booped the... Alright, you take a 2x2, a regular 2x2. You just boop the corner pieces off. Keep the stocks. So you need like an MGC2 Elite where you can just huck the huck the pieces off anyway because it's the worst cube ever. What if you just pop those off and you could just like pop 3x3 corners on? Like that might be a... I mean, obviously 2x2s are smaller. Because then you're just kind of filling in a 3x3 around where a 2x2 was. Does that make sense? Right? Like take a 2x2, boop all the corner pieces off, pop your 3x3 pieces in there. I'm just trying to think about like... I'm just trying to think what would cause you the least grief. Alex, what about a keychain 3x3 as the 2x2 core? I guess. But you'd still need to have 3. That would be way too many pieces. Oh no, it wouldn't be any more pieces. I don't know. I feel like that would be overcomplicating it for negligible benefit. I understand why the 2x2... Oh no, hold on. I think I do see what you're saying. It'd be the same amount of pieces, wouldn't it? Oh, it's what I use for my prototype with this so little space to get something with decent corner cutting and whatnot. I suppose because then you'd be feeling the performance of the 2x2, wouldn't you? Fascinating, Eddie. Absolutely fascinating. I enjoyed looking at that. That was great. Really, really good. Yeah, check out the MGC Elite. You can't buy it in many places anymore because it was such a turd. Like half of them came back, so I don't stock it anymore. I imagine other people do. But check out the MGC2 Elite. I've mentioned the cubicle way too many times today, so without mentioning my sponsor, speedcubeshop.com. So that's something I should probably search there. Oh, I thought my website wasn't working for a second there and I panicked. But it is. It's fine. Eddie, at the end of the day, you're mostly doing outer layer turns, which are dependent on the internal 2x2 core. Gotcha. MGC2 Elite. Yeah, you can still get it, and it's on sale. Look at that. So yeah, this is the one that was notorious for the caps, just the pieces just popping off and it just leaving the stock there staring at you. When are ads happening? Oh, yeah, I should do ads. I'll do that after this. I think we're coming to the end of this part. Eddie, thank you so much for making that video and for reaching out.